anything, because I know they're never gonna write you up for that, but it was just cool to see that I knew it wouldn't be,
It's not on there.
and it's not on there, so it doesn't
No.
show at all, so that was my fantastic.
The two of you sound completely different than me.
morning.
Here's how my daughters and I go. Never had any cramps. Nothing. No pain. Nothing. Not our whole life.
Good morning. If you're on, say hello, say hello, say hello.
Hello.
Just
Don't be shy, say hi.
Hi.
extreme fatigue. Can't even move.
Oh.
Extreme fatigue. And what happened to me? I had 5 or 6 hot flashes. That's it.
Oh, good for you.
But that was after they had shut my ovaries down. They had to shut them down. They went in and did a procedure to my veins and shut them down.
I just would take it all.
Medical stuff still creeps me out.
Me too.
I'm trying to get comfortable with it because you have to ask people, why are you, is it a heart condition or is it just high blood pressure? You have to ask the questions. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on it.
It's your kidneys usually, not your heart.
Yeah.
When you have high blood pressure, it's usually your kidneys, not the heart as much.
All right, good morning, Miss Madison. Close that, Miss Crystal. Pull in the door, please. All right. How are you guys feeling on today?
So excited. Oh my God, I can't stand it.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
Just waiting to throw that out there.
Little sarcasm.
Okay.
Yes. No, I'm excited. I am
She's
really,
excited.
truly.
I
I'm way
love it.
excited
I
now.
love it. I love it.
Yesterday was a turning point when Carlos was on listening to me on the phone and he was just, everything was good. Well, one or two things, we're never gonna get it all right the first day, but
Right.
so
No,
that's
we're
my
not.
confidence, that's my, oh yes, I'm really doing good.
Yes. 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 Yes.
It was the deciding factor.
It was
Got our
interesting.
feet wet.
So yes.
You were on the phone.
Okay, couple things we're gonna touch on, and then we are going to jump out, and by 9:30, 10 o'clock, you guys should, for the most part, all be taking calls. So we're gonna talk to you and Miss Madison. We're gonna do some tag team and stuff today, which I think you guys will like. You, Crystal, and myself, Miss Madison, after this, we're gonna sit for a few minutes and let you guys know how today's gonna look. So take heed, take notes, focus on what I'm saying because you guys will all be utilizing this today. Call comes in through what?
Pure cloud.
Pure Cloud.
Pure cloud. The orange.
And yes, well,
Chase.
right, okay. And then
My own entity.
so call comes in through Pure Cloud, and it speaks to what?
What do you mean?
Oh, it speaks to agency block.
And an individual pops up in agency block. We answer the phone. We go to agency block to get the record of the individual that we're speaking to. Even if something happens where the information does not populate in agency block for whatever reason, all you need is the person's first and last name, the state that they're in, and their birthday. Everything else from there, you'll figure out if it's the address. That's mod 7. When we get through everything else and we need to verify, at that point, you wouldn't be verifying, you're asking the information. You don't need all that up front. Even their email address. If they do not have their a pen and paper handy, don't worry about it. I typically start by providing my national producer number. It is this, that, and the third, and keep it moving. We're not going to wait for 7 minutes for them to get something or stop and start sending them information. Nope. Typically what I do is send this. I can send it to you in a text. If you say that, you're not doing that right then because who knows how the conversation is going to be. So prior to them getting off the phone, you can send it, but you do not want to stop everything you're doing to start doing that in that moment. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So alpha call control, how you start the call, and I'm sure now that you guys are starting to or getting closer to, you realize those first 30 seconds are serious. They're judging you. Your voice is all you have. So You want to be on, you want to be ready, you want to be alert. Final expense department, Helen speaking, Hannah speaking, Maureen speaking, be ready. And whatever they say, take it, thank you very much, and you roll in. Energy on 10, performance, go time. And then
Because that first call is from the call person who's transferring the call, it's not the person yet.
Right.
They're both on
yes,
there.
it's gonna be the agent, that the transfer rep is gonna be the one that you're gonna be speaking to, so
That's the first person.
that's the first person, and they're gonna introduce the client or the prospect, and then once they drop off, that transaction should take maybe 5 to 10 seconds to do. They'll drop off, it's you and the client on the line.
Right.
So you want to, again, you don't want to, how's your day? Hope you're doing great, and move into it. Because if they're not doing great, you let them go down that rabbit hole, then who knows what's going to happen.
Sometimes there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, there may not be. So you want to, again, assume the sale from the beginning, speaking with authority, whatever they say in my one, I don't have time. I told them that I don't have time. Well, I'll try to be as quick as possible. Worst case scenario, you get some really good information and you jump right back in. Stick to the script. If they acknowledge, pivot back to the script. Acknowledge, pivot back to the script. Yes?
Yes.
Other than that, remember in mod 2 and mod 4, there's really no scripting for that. So you're just having a conversation, but you want to, I know even while we were role playing, you kind of breezed over that because you feel like, okay, I know this person, we've talked 17 times, I heard your story already, you've heard mine. But in real life conversations, in these calls that you're getting, you want to dig, you want to ask more questions, you want to ask follow-up. Don't just brush over something. You want to really get them engaged in the conversation. When you're reading through the script, the bold letters, emphasize those, slow down. You don't want to just be brushing over. You want to make sure that you're making impact on those impact statements. A lot of this stuff is repetitive, but it's intentionally repetitive. And you can say, I know I've said this already, but this part is really important. And if, it's all part of creating the performance and, getting them in the mood and getting the whole aspect of the back end stuff that's getting them thinking in the way that you want them to think and getting the affirmative. Okay, you don't want to just say something and move past it. You want to check, okay, you with me? You hear me? You want to make sure that you are engaged and that this is live and you're not just on stage by yourself. They should be part of what's going on. You're bringing them along on the ride with you. Yes?
Yes.
They have to be engaged or you're not going anywhere, right?
Right. We're not asking them permission to move forward. We're not asking them if that's okay. Nothing. Everything is okay. Yep. If you're polite about it, everything's okay. If you give them an out, is that okay? No, actually, and then you're dead in the water. So no asking permission. We are great. This is greatness. Greatness does not need permission. Yes?
Yes.
My favorite little buzzword is so far so good. I mean, it's not like okay. Sometimes I feel like I say 100. I'll say it 100 times and okay. So that just makes it.
Some of the, you want to get some okays because it's an easy response, or even yeses because you want to get them in the habit of agreeing with you. So sometimes the okay just gets them okay, and then they're following along. So you can switch it up every now and then, but don't leave the okays out. You want to get them to just naturally start agreeing with you. So yes, but good one. You can switch it up every now and then. Yes, you want to keep it fresh. You want to make it you. You want to sound like you've done this before, even though you haven't. But you want to sound like you've done it before. Again, the rapport build, I don't think that you guys have any problem or will have any problem there because that's something that's natural, but it is something that you're going to have to tweak and have to develop more because that's really that's what's going to make or break everything else. So spend time in mod 2, spend time in mod 4. You should be ooh and all of that. You want to put it in there. You want to make sure that you're getting them talking and you're not just so ready to do your story or to interject. You don't want to just jump. You want to give them a chance to, talk. If they're talking, let them go. Alpha call control, so it is a fine line, but you want them talking. You want them to feel comfortable enough with you to start talking. If they start, then ask them a follow-up question. Don't be so ready for, well, what about... Really? Oh, wow. That's awesome. Tell me more. Get them talking. Get them feeling comfortable with you because they'll be more receptive to listen to your stories when you've given them a chance to get theirs out. Again, it's currency. You giving them back as currency. If they haven't given you anything, then you're just dumping a whole bunch of coins on them, and it means nothing to them if they haven't really given you anything back. It's like, okay, yeah, your family, like your family, great. You don't know enough about them to want to give this, and it means nothing to them if you're giving them all of that without them giving you the access or permission by giving you stories themselves. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Goals. So this week we are getting used to, getting acclimated, figuring it out. By next week, I want you guys to have some goals, even if it's small or just to be able to get whatever it is. It really is going to depend on where you are. You want to make it realistic, but you want to push yourself a little bit. Even if your goal is to get here at 8:30 every day and start doing that, just set some kind of goal so you're not just making it through the day coincidentally, but it's intentional. Your intentions are huge. What you decide to do is going to help you get to the end point. If you don't decide and you just kind of go with the wind, you'll feel like it. So it feels a lot better to have a goal, even if it's a small goal and you hit it, it's going to make you want to keep going, do another goal. And those little wins do end up making you feel a lot better, and that plays a part in everything. So
I want $130,000 this year in sales.
So
That's
you
my
have to break that down quarterly. Then whatever that means for the quarter, what does that mean for the month? Whatever it means for the month, what does that mean for the week? And weekly to daily, and daily, hourly. What do you need to be doing every hour to make sure that you're on point to hit whatever goal it is that you are intending to hit?
All right.
So intention.
You wanna do that now?
But don't get so caught up in the number. No, have an idea of what you want, but don't get so caught up in the number that you are, because you do not want to sound like you are desperate. And sometimes what happens when you have a bad day and you don't get a sale, and now you're feeling desperation, that comes out in your voice. And that is the worst thing, to feel like you're being sold. Again, the whole purpose of everything in the process is to make a sale, but not in a salesy way. It's built off of emotion. So if that goes all out the window, you sound like you're just trying to sell me. No one wants to be sold. Everyone wants to buy something, but no one wants to be sold or feel like they're being sold. So have an idea of what you want, yes. Focus on that, yes, but don't get so caught up in that it's taking away from every call, following the process, putting your best efforts forward. Because as long as you are helping people and doing what you need to do, the money part is easy. So learn your job first. Don't be focused on the goal right now, because right now your goal should be focusing on
Learning the job.
becoming a process ninja. Your goal really should
That's what we
be
were saying this
becoming a
morning.
process ninja. It means coming in early, spending 15 minutes after, reading through the script a little bit, asking questions on the floor. Those goals are more likely to get you to everything else, but you have to, look at where you are now and focus on the obstacle at hand, which is getting through your first policy. Do what you need to do. And if you do something that is off of the process and it happens to get you a policy, do not get comfortable in not following the process and getting those deals, because one, it may not stick. Two, it may have been a fluke, and you don't want to end up so far off the process that now it's like, I'm just doing stuff. The process is intentional. It's on purpose. Everyone that does it and is consistent with doing it is consistent with making the money that they want.
The process has to be your focus. I have to focus on the process.
Yep.
And helping people. That's it.
Yep. All right. So Miss Madison, hang tight. Miss Crystal, hang tight as well. You ladies, go ahead, get situated, get your station set up. You need anything from me, Miss Susan?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
Yes.
Can we go live right then?
Get situated first, and then yes. Make the most out of every call. Again, I don't have time. Great. Try to be as quick as possible. You want to maximize those calls, because there will be call caps. Right now, I'm going to be a little lenient with you guys because you're figuring it out. But what cannot happen is that you just go and take calls until you burn through hundreds of leads.
Right.
So be mindful of that. Follow the process. If you have questions, reach out and touch someone.
I did yesterday.
And everyone is very available and full of, Slack,
Yeah.
jump on Slack. You have Slack up, Miss Hannah?
No.
Okay, So get Slack going before you jump on the call again. That way, if you have questions, you can put them directly in the chat instead of just not. If you need help, ask for it. You have to be your own advocate in this situation because it is a lot more of you than there are me. There are people out there to help, but we won't know that you need help if you quietly sit in silence.
Carlos should be here this morning and we have, what we're gonna do, but I'm just gonna go over the script and do, because I have all those resources and stuff.
Oh, so I got an email saying something, but I gotta.
We'll get this all figured out.
Yes, so we're focusing on prosperity now once you get, because everyone knows about Aetna, no one's really actively pushing Aetna. So once it's just another carrier. Prosperity, it'd be Aetna instead of prosperity, depending, but we're gonna go straight prosperity for at least the first couple weeks. Let you get used to the process and how that works, and then we'll introduce Aetna. Pretty simple, same thing, it's just a different product, so my 5 would be a little different, and the underwriting would be a little different as well, other than that, same process.
And I got an email, I meant to say something yesterday.
No, that would be.
I got an email from Texas. I guess what I have is temporary, and they were asking for fingerprints and a background.
Forward that to Andrew,
Okay.
so he knows, because if you have it on file, it may just be submitting it, but just forward it to Andrew, he'll know.
Yeah, I mean, State of Florida has it. I went through that whole thing with them, so.
Forward it to him, he'll be able to decipher what needs to be done, if anything, or send what needs to be sent, so.
I'm like, I ain't going to Texas for anything. Fingerprints. Cool beans.
Or a week, a week. A week? Yeah, that'd be 10,000 people a week. Okay, I'll have to adjust those goals.
All right, so Miss Andrea, not Miss Andrea, Miss Crystal,
This is I.
'tis is you. All right. So you guys are going to go live today. You guys are going to go live today under my writing information. You guys are going to go live today as licensed agents, yes, but when it goes to the underwriting part, it's going to be a little different. Madison, I'm gonna hang up live and call you on your cell phone, speaker you in, so we can have some discussion. I can make sure you're clear and get your questions answered. So I'm gonna stop the live and give you a call.